What's up, guys?
All right, joined now by head coach Blake Anderson of Southern Miss. Coach, of course, you make an opening statement, and we'll take questions.
Obviously disappointed with the outcome. Had plenty of opportunities to win. Just didn't get it done. Offensive, our defense played lights out, did a great job today. Appreciate Coach Seymour and the staff having those guys ready to go, and then really just the players in general. Offensively, we just have struggled down the stretch. And I think there's plenty of reasons for that. Things we'll address in the offseason. At the end of the day, it's my job to get points on the board, and didn't do a good enough of that today, and even just the last few weeks as we got beat up as the season went on. Didn't quite look the same, and today was the same thing. Yards at times, but not enough points, and really great effort, but just poor execution, and that falls on me. So I told the guys in the locker room, this is on me, all me, my responsibility. We'll go to work in the offseason, recruit like crazy, develop like crazy, and see where we turn the page and move forward, and hopefully look a lot different in every phase, but especially offensively moving into next season. So what questions do you have?
Before you proceed here, give a reminder, please wait for the microphone to come to you to ask your question, and when you get it, please state your name and affiliation. We'll start right here.
Hey, Coach, Hunter Dawkins, the Gazebo Gazette Super Talk. You know, the main thing is, you know, now that you're in the permanent position, have you talked with some of the guys, at least that you plan on coming back next year, things like that? If y'all have like a plan in place? I mean, I know January 2nd is coming around pretty soon here,
Yeah,
but.
yeah. I have met with every player that has the possibility to return. Handful have said they're coming and staying. A handful have said they're going with Coach Huff, which is expected. He brought a lot of those guys there. There's a lot of undecideds. There's a lot of noise outside of our building. Guys being tugged in a million different directions. So we're going to keep some. We're going to lose some. We'll keep some that maybe you didn't think we would. We'll lose some that we probably shouldn't, just because the voices are loud. We're gonna dissect the problem once we know who's decided to do what. We're going to continue to recruit the guys that have the possibility to come back over the course of the next couple of weeks as well, leading up to the portal. But when you have a transition as quickly as we had, with Coach Huff being there roughly a year and bringing as many players as he did, there is going to be, some attrition, and we just got to deal with it. There's a lot of players that want to be there. There's a lot of players out at the high school level, junior college level, and guys that will go into the portal that will see the value in our place, see what we've started, what's possible there, and we'll build a roster, and I think we'll find a way to be competitive. That's what we've done the last two stops I've been with, similar, attrition and circumstances. So we're going to find a way to work the problem.
Hi, Coach. David Edelstein, Sports Director at WJTV and WHLT, CBS in Jackson and Hattiesburg. I asked the hard question first here. The past few games to end the regular season and now today, it does appear to me at least to be the same story. I know that you focused on the offense a lot until this point, but what do you see as being the difference in the second half just of games and the past four to end the season?
Yeah, I don't want to beat us up without watching the tape from the field. Just consistency offensively, we're just not consistent enough. Don't run the ball consistently enough to stay ahead of the chains. Miss some opportunities, but like I said before, man, that falls on me. It starts in recruiting. We got to beef up our O-line and allow us to be able to run the ball when we need to. We got to put some time, energy, and money into beefing up the O-line, building up the O-line. Schematically, we'll look at things in the offseason and see where we can be better schematically too. I think Kyle Cephalo coming in as the OC, his perspective and maybe 1,000-foot view for me to really look and see where we can change some things and make some adjustments. But we've been beat up. Obviously, Braylon did a phenomenal job tonight coming back from what we've seen over the last month, just in terms of how the knee was. I thought he did an amazing job of battling through it and giving us a chance. So there's a million things to fix. from recruiting to off-season to schematics to all the above, but I know if you own the front, you have a chance to win. And if you don't, it's gonna be really difficult, and I think that's where we gotta really focus our efforts moving into the off-season.
Steven Mixon with the Pine Belt News. Coach, when their quarterback goes down right there, and then they bring the other guy, Myrick, in, is that something y'all planned for throughout the week, or did it kind of, different kind of looking quarterback, different kind of system, offensive system that they ran from the first half to the second half?
Yeah, I mean, I would tell you, if you talk to Coach Seymour, you always know that if you're doing a good job getting to him, you got a chance to move to number 2. It didn't change their offense tremendously. We've kind of seen they are who they are, and really gonna stick to that. And at times we had them dialed up good. At times they made some plays. I thought they made a couple really, really key plays on third down in the second half, but our defense kept standing up, making plays. The strip, fumble down in the end zone, the sacks, the turnovers, just, they played good enough to win. Defense played good enough to win. Offense, we gotta do a better job. It's that simple.
Could you speak on the third downs in the second half? First half 50%, second half 13%?
Yeah, just did not execute real well. Again, I think it really kind of starts for us up front, and then we got to win in some one-on-one areas. Don't want to, without being able to really go through and dissect it, I don't want to point fingers in any particular area, but they executed better than we did, bottom line. And maybe it schematically I didn't put us in great position. I'll take the ownership. It's my fault.
Hey, Coach, Lucas Hill of the Southeastern Channel. Talk to me about what changed defensively from the first to the second half. I know you guys were able to create turnovers. Just what happened from that standpoint after being able to create those turnovers?
Again, guys, I hate to tell you this, but without me watching the tape, I'm going to be guessing. They did create a couple explosives along the way, although our defense rallied really, really well. They also converted a couple key third downs, I think, that extended drives, but we can focus on it all we want to. The defense played good enough to win. We've got to score points and find a way to finish. So without watching the tape and slowing it down with a clicker, any schematic conversations right now are going to be a guess, and I don't want to do that. Our guys played too well for that.
Coach Anderson, Ryan Hancock, Sports Director, WTUL 91.5 FM. 4th and 1, you all were deep in y'all territory, and you guys didn't cash in. What was the thought process behind that 4th and 1 call?
Keep in mind it was 3rd and 1.5 the play before. If we can't get a first down on 3rd and 1.5 and 4th and 1, we do not deserve to win, and that's where it starts in the offseason. We've got to be able to move the pile. All right, if you're going to win at a championship level, you got to be able to move the pile right there. You got to be able to get a hard yard, when everybody in the stadium knows what's coming. And we didn't do that. So we've got to recruit, we got to develop, and we've got to be able to puncture that play right there. And we can. And it's possible and capable, and very reasonable to think that we could. So I'm trying to win the game, not to lose. And we got to be able to puncture right there and get a yard. That's really what the goal was.
All right, last one, Coach.
I'm not in a hurry. I'll take what they need. I'll take what you need.
Sam Sklar with the Clarion Ledger and Hattiesburg American. It was such a great start to the season for the team, and now to end it just in 4 straight losses. What's just your confidence level that you can keep sustaining what there was at the beginning of the season, that this ending to the season won't kind of spoil over into next season?
Yeah, I still think you look at 1-11 to 7 and 6 is still a huge step in the right direction. So I don't want the work that these guys did to get lost in that. Obviously, losing down the stretch, there can be a million factors going into this game, man. Just the amount that these guys had on their plate with all the transition and everything, that's a lot. So I don't want it to lose sight to what this senior class did and what this team did in general. Most people don't make that jump, right? So let's give them respect and credit for what they did, and then we'll work the problem in the offseason where we can get better in every phase. We can get better at everything. This is not a one-year fix. This is take the next step, build on what we did, and try to stabilize the program for the future. That was the job that I took on. Let's stabilize this thing so we can be competitive every year, and let's see what holes we need to fill and fix, and go to work. And that's what we're going to do. But man, they did a phenomenal job. They did a phenomenal job to put us in a position where we can go out and have some momentum, and got back to a bowl. We're competitive in the league all year long. That's what you asked those guys to do, and that's what they did. So I'm pleased for that.
Thanks, Coach, for taking the time.
Sure.
Once again, David Edelstein from WHLT in Hattiesburg. How much, I know everyone's had really great things to say about you, obviously, and you've given us the time all year and talked about the process. When a head coach does leave, though, which we've seen at many institutions recently, right before a bowl game, and there are those changes based on how the schedule goes all around, what kind of a challenge does that present behind the scenes as you get ready and you're promoted to interim and head coach, and just for the team getting ready for this particular game?
I mean, the challenges are real. It's a big challenge, and you got to give these guys credit for holding things together. You know, the senior class didn't choose to play for me; they chose to play for each other, and I appreciate that. The 20-some-odd guys that came from Marshall, they chose to come play for Coach Huff. So when you take him out of the equation, and initially I'm an interim, they could have very easily said, we're not doing this. We're not. When they named me the head coach, those same amount of guys we just talked about really didn't choose me as their head coach. And a lot of these guys are going to have to make that decision now. So I think they did a great job of being respectful, working their tails off. We had great practices this last week. Played hard tonight. We didn't play great. We didn't execute well, but they played hard. It was a hard-fought, competitive game all the way in. That's all you can ask those guys. It's been a huge challenge for everybody involved, including me. Tried to do my very best to keep myself out of the limelight, push the seniors forward, and let these guys finish. And my only regret is that I didn't get them to the finish line with a win. They deserve that, and I wish I could have helped them deliver that. Just we fell short. Anybody?
Matt Whitton, WLOX. You said in your introductory press conference that this game was not about you, it was about the players. Just, can you kind of talk about all the work, the culmination these past couple of weeks, just kind of give them their flowers, I guess, in a way?
No, they deserve a huge amount of credit and respect from our fan base and from really anybody paying attention. I said this to a bunch of people. I mean, how many of us in this room would have chosen 1 and 11 when there were so many other places out there that they could have gone? A lot of places they could have gone for more money. They chose this place because they believed in Coach Huff. They chose it because they believed in each other. And even though we did fall short here late, they did turn the page and get us back into contention in the league. We were in contention all season in this league in the very first trip. They chose hard work. They chose in a lot of places where other folks wouldn't. And we had a run there for a while, gave out a juice at the end. Could be, again, a million different factors that cause that, and we'll try to dissect that as best we can. But there's the feat that they accomplished is still huge. And I appreciate them tremendously for how they treated me all year, both on the offensive side and even the defensive guys that didn't necessarily play for me. It's been a great group of guys to be around. And like I said, I just hate that we fell short here. I'd love for them to go home with a win, with number 8, with a bowl trophy, and all those great memories. But still does not diminish what they have been capable and able to do in a very short window with a lot of odds stacked against them. So love them, appreciate them, and very, very proud of them. So, thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys, appreciate it.
Guys in the back right here. David Edelstein, Sports Director at WJTV and WHLT, CBS in Jackson and Hattiesburg. Appreciate your time all year and right now. For you guys, just how would you describe what the process has been like through the roller coaster of, the coach leaving, bonding together, standing up as was reported and saying we're going to do this thing and actually getting ready to play a really competitive game today? And I'd love if each of you could give a word on that, but if you feel up to it, go ahead.
It's been rough, anytime a coach leaves right before, one of the biggest games of the year, it's hard. And I feel like we handled it well though, you know what I'm saying? Like all the players, we came together and we decided that we're gonna play in this game, and a lot of us didn't have to. A lot of the seniors didn't have to. And, we still came out there and played and gave it all. So I feel like it was rough, but we got through it, and even though we didn't get the result we wanted, there's more to come.
Yeah, kind of like what Chris said, I feel like we kind of took the bull by the horns. I feel like we set a standard at the beginning of the season, and we didn't really waver from that standard. Obviously there was going to be some bumps in the road with the coach leaving, some things you feel like you can get away with here along the lines. But for the most part, I feel like we did a good job. Obviously, we didn't get the result we wanted on the field, but I would say we did a good job.
Yeah, I mean, picking up off what they said, we still got the same defensive coordinator, same offensive coordinator, so the coach ain't out there playing with us. We just all came together for real. We still doing the same thing, same standards, same practice time, so just stand together and try to put it together to go play this bowl game and get the win.
Guys right here, you and Mixon with Pine Belt News. Braylon, obviously your last collegiate game here and last game at Southern Miss. Curious, what do you want to be remembered for? What do you want the fans to be remembered for? And then for Corey and Chris, what did y'all learn the most by playing under Braylon and his leadership?
I wanted to be remembered as the New Orleans born champion, but that didn't happen. But I just want to be known as a guy that was a great teammate, great leader. I want these two boys to be able to call me, pick up the phone anytime, whether it's next year, 5 years from now, tell me about what's going on. I'm always had the same phone number. I just want to be known as a great guy, honestly. And I feel like I did, work my best every day to become the best teammate I could be, the best leader, the best quarterback I could be. I feel like I got a lot better this season as far as just playing the position goes. And, yeah.
You guys that again for us, me and Corey?
Yeah, just what his leadership meant to both of y'all.
It's been a lot, I tell B1 all the time, I look up to him as a younger guy, me and Corey young, so, we look at the older guys and try to see, what they doing so we can follow. So he's been a good leader, been a lot of good leaders on the team, but he's been the one that kept us all together through everything. And he talked to me right after Huff left and said, fam, I need you to play in this game. And I was like, yeah, I got you, bro. You know what I'm saying? We're going to play for the seniors, we're going to play for you. And he just represent, what it means to be a leader.
Yeah, I mean, picking off of what Braylon said and Chris said, it was great playing under him. I learned a lot from him. He brought everything got me during practice when we go good on good, just getting me to go and try to compete, win against him, pick him off, and just keeping us together. I brought that to the defense and help us stay up and just try to win games.
What's up, fellas? Your coach said how many players would have chosen 1 and 11, and said that you got you guys in contention in the league. Talk to me about the trajectory of this program and the standard that you guys want to leave behind as you leave Hattiesburg.
I was here when we was 1 and 11. And I'm here now as finishing 7 and 6. So I feel like God give you certain ways. He write his story his own way. He gonna write the story how he wanna write it. It can be hard. It can be tough. It's been tough these past 2 years. Even with this year, what I'm saying, how we finished. I don't feel like we finished how we wanted to write it up. But I just wanna leave. I don't even know, man. I just wanna leave. The way I approach the game for this school and for this program, how I stuck around.
Hopefully we gave the people of Hattiesburg something to look forward to, something to be excited for. It's been a lot of years. Like Chris said, they was 1 and 11 last year. I don't, really know what happened the years prior to that or the year before that, but I heard it wasn't nothing to really get that excited about. But obviously, seeing all the fans out there travel, come down here, show their support. I feel like that was really helpful. Hopefully we just give them something to be excited for and look forward to the next season. Coach Anderson is going to be a great head coach.
I'm sure he's gonna put together a great staff. They're gonna be very competitive. I can't speak for what everybody else has going on, but I know me, like you guys said, this is my last college game. I'm a Southern Miss alum, graduated from here, so I'll be back, show face, I just want to, hopefully we gave him something to be excited for, though.
Right, I mean, picking off what Braylon said, we flipped the script, went from 1-11, went to 7-6, brought together a winning season, got a bowl game, opportunity to play in a bowl game, so just feeling good to bring the community back together, get the spark back, and just hopefully we can bring together some more winning seasons down the road. So.
Okay, guys, mine is Hunter Dawkins, the Gazebo Gazette, Super Talk. Mine is Braylon. Chris, Corey, what do you guys think about? I know you haven't thought about it that much yet, and you're trying to get past this game and all, but is there something that you're going to be looking for in the off season? Have you talked with Coach Anderson, things as such?
Yeah, I've talked to Coach Anderson, and you know what I'm saying, right now, I mean, you just gotta do what's best for you and make business decisions. And that's just what it is, with this, how college football is now, and ain't no knocking nobody, you know what I mean? But, at this point in my career, I gotta do what's best for me and my career and what's next for me going into my junior season.
Right, picking up what Chris said, just Anderson got some good things going on, and I'm pretty sure that he's gonna bring some more winning seasons together in the future. So, just for real, being real feet are. I haven't met with Anderson yet, so there's more to talk about with that. I know he just hired a defensive coordinator, defensive staff, so just seeing how everything will look in the future and seeing it, like Chris said, the best opportunity for you, and just make sure everything is everything for real.
Sam Sklar with the Clarion Ledger and Hattiesburg American for Braylon. What do you think just contributed to some of the offensive struggles, particularly today in the second half?
Honestly, just execution. I ain't played good enough for us to win. So, at the end of the day, if the guy running the show not on his A game, it's gonna be hard for the rest of the team to be on theirs, and I ain't played good enough for us to win. So ultimately, it falls on me.
Nigel Hinton, WLOX. For Braylon, just being the quarterback of the team, have a lot on your shoulder. What has Southern Miss meant to you?
Bringing me in for my last year, treat me like family. It's meant a lot. I was started my career at a place where, I felt like, I was just kind of there. But here of late, I've been treated well, been taken care of, and I feel like I've been really appreciated. So, I just want to say something about these two youngins next to me, bro. Sorry, this is really off topic, but like these boys right here, y'all don't understand. This might be the best linebacker and the best safety in the country, and I don't feel like it's just fair to them to ask them what they plans are right now, because they got a lot going on. They just played their last game with some of their best friends. Like, I was talking to Corey in the hotel room last night. I'm like, is it weird that some of my best friends is 3 and 4 years younger than me? Like, is that weird? And it's like, it's just stuff like that. Like, this stuff, it's hard, bro. Like Chris said, the new age of college football, you make bonds with guys, for 2 years, 1 year, and then the next year they gone. You don't even know if you're ever going to see them again. So, like, take it easy on my guys, man. These guys are great guys. Whatever they do, they're going to be great. I tell them boys all the time, if you go, if you stay, if you stop playing football right now, whatever you do, bro, you're going to be straight. If you decide you want to go be a PE teacher, bro, y'all boys going to be straight whatever they do. So, I love these two young guys next to me, man.
Thanks, guys.